as a diet. No, that's not the way. Try the little things first, the Master said. Try and do the little things first. And when somebody speaks to you harshly, your wife, for instance, usually it's give it back to her. But just wait and see if you can overcome a little bit. Then from that step, go higher. Until when your enemy, who does the meanest thing to you you can think of, and you can realize it doesn't touch you, then you've won something. Then you've changed your destiny. When you reach the point when no one, no matter what they do to you, the meanest of the mean, it doesn't touch you, and you become, as the scriptures say, as dust in the street, then you've begun to change your destiny. And you can do it, because a strong mind can do anything. But that means that your mind and consciousness must be united with God's consciousness. Then it works, because He does it. Don't think you do it. But when you see His hand working so wonderfully, that's the greatest thing. When you realize, as you progress in the path and you feel the presence of God and you see Him just remove the veil and you see clearly, then you realize that you never could have reached that point. That's why the love of God is so tremendous. You realize, except His grace came upon you, you never could have seen what He lets you see. You cannot do it yourself. And your soul realizes it, realizing that He has given you something which you could not have attained of your own self. Then you realize how fortunate that the grace of God descended upon you. That's why all the saints say, God alone. We cannot attain God fully by our own powers. It must come through His grace. And you realize that when He removes the veil and you see clearly, you realize that is so. That's why you love God so much. Because you knew He gave you something you could never attain without His power, without His love, without His grace. That's why, feeling the presence of God, you realize what a fool you've been to think you did anything, that your ego had any power. Realizing that the love of the infinite is overwhelming. As Master says, celestial things cannot be spoken of in words. God is so great. And so strong thought can materialize anything. I think it was Professor James produced blisters by thought and skin. And look at the martyrs. Martyrs put up with many, many things, horrible things. Why? Because their mind and thought is strong. They have reinforced it by contacting God and being one with Him. That's why they can stand the things. An ordinary person could not. But when you are one with God and feel His power flowing through you, then you too, any of us, could be and act as martyrs have acted. A strong mind is a great thing. It can do anything. It can materialize any line of action. Therefore, if you use your mind to change your line of action in the coming year, to do the things you should do and not the things that are easiest to do, you will change your destiny. Especially if you unite your powers with the presence of God and feel Him flowing through you, destiny cannot stop you. Fate cannot change you, because you realize you are a child of God. And so thought pattern is very important. And to keep it right, the main thing is God contact. God contact is the crux of the whole question this morning. How can God contact be attained? Through self-realization fellowship. Yoga, the highest form of yoga, Raja Yoga. Yoga means union with God. If you practice the techniques of self-realization fellowship, you will feel, without question of a doubt, your oneness with God. And feeling that, there will be no doubt in your mind that God's power is flowing through you. This is a very important thing. So the first thing is to attain God contact. And the second thing is very important. Nor be you of doubtful mind. That used to be my trouble. Somehow by the grace of God I had good realizations, and by the pushing of the Master, I guess, pushing me on, But I always doubted. And used to say, why do you doubt? Why do you doubt? Nor be you of doubtful mind. Now the doubt's gone, thank God. But never mind, many people have it. My mother had terrific doubts. That's where I got it, I guess. And because I'd performed certain actions, I landed in that family, and that's why I got the doubt. So the law of karma is exact. But never mind, when God's grace comes and you feel His nearness, there'll be no doubt left. That's why God contact is so important. Yet we must not doubt. We must never doubt God. Nor be you of doubtful mind. Do not doubt God is a very important thing. Why? Because it distorts and weakens your thought pattern. And you know, if you have a pattern within your consciousness that you do not just want to be an ordinary worldly person, going from this, going from that, but you want to be like the Master, for instance, or like a saint. If you keep that pattern and have faith in God, it will be fulfilled, it will be projected, it will be materialized, and your destiny will be changed. So thought pattern is a very important thing. Now another thing is this. People will criticize you, especially when you try to be good. Why? Because they're sore, so to speak, because they're not good. That's all. They will criticize you when you try to be good. Therefore, an important thing in changing your destiny is the company which you